Oops. Alright. I wanted to clear my drawings and have a blank slate, but I forgot to do that. So we're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna do it anyways. What's going on, guys? I wanted to. There we go. I wanted to show you guys how to play out Friday using the 3CR and watching RSI histo trends and just keeping it simple. I'm doing this mostly for myself, but I know you guys could benefit from it, so I wanted to make it into a video. So let's get into it. Right out the gate, we had. Let's go to the 5 really quick, because I think this is the. It's always about going from the higher time frames down to the lower, and you can even do obviously the 30 and the 15, but it was a little bit wild pre-market on Friday, so we had some really like this crazy candle here, which kind of messed things up. But even when you look back, I mean on the 30, you have a simple 1, 2, 3, and it closed above. So even with this noise, like, you still have very clear indicators, and the RSI turned green too. I don't know if you got to see that. RSI turned green. Then you go to the 15. You've got 1, 2. Is this lower? Low 391. It is. So you have 1, 2, and then 3 close above. RSI turns green. That's a trend break. Very clear, very obvious. You don't have to look hard for these things. I mean, it's just very, very clear. So that's the 15. Let's remove this for clean sake. Go to the 5. And this is where you start to really look for your best accurate entries on the lower time frames, because you get such a smaller scale view of what's going on the bigger time frame, so it's much easier to enter. And on the 5 minute, again, doesn't take much to see this. You got a clear trend. You have a 1, 2, 3 close above, and this is something I was talking to Brian about that the Forex guy uses, and he watches for the RSI to break through. So this is we got your 1, 2, 3. You got trend reversal. RSI turns green. That's something you look for naturally, but what he calls it is the breakthrough, and he waits for the pull back. And so we have the breakthrough, first sign of green, pull back, and then the break and close above, which is this candle here. So when you see, okay, we've got our first signs of possible entry. You don't just get in here. You wait for the pullback. So we get the pullback, and we already know, because of looking left, everything that's happening. We're starting to get, basically, the supply and demand is changing, because it's trying these sellers, exhausting the buyers, and then gonna do it again. But now we've got more buyers overtaking. Sellers are gonna try one more time. When they realize, okay, well, this is not going any lower, the buyers step in, and this is a very clear trend reversal. And the key part is right here. We have all of our other steps, and then we have the breakthrough and close above. RSI is green. You are set. You are good to go. And so this is on the 5 minute. So let's go. Whoops. Again, let me choose that. Cool. That's that. So that's the beginning and close of the 640 candle. Let's go to the 1 minute. And this is where it gets really cool. Jesus Christ. Here we go. So again, let's delete that. Very obvious. You have your downtrend that it's following. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Easy, simple. And then you begin to have the breakthrough. RSI is flipping. You get your pullback, and this is all on the 1 minute. So you get your pullback, and we know, because looking at the higher time frames, this candle exactly right here is starting to form that 3CR on the 5 minute and on the other time frames. So you look over here, you've got your RSI turning green, pulling back, and then what do you know? Let's check this out. You've got 1, 2, 3. Let's get that out of here for a second. 1, 2, 3, and this is on the 1 minute. You have the RSI closing above the highs of these RSI candles. So that's the breakthrough. This is the pullback, close above, and you get in on the next candle. I personally would have waited for this, the highs of this candle to break. So I would have gone in right here, and you set your stop based on the time frame you're entering on. So now that we have resistance turning into support, let's see, because we just broke above, I probably would have set my stop. Whoops, I don't have magnet on. Right about there, because we can see it's obviously, it was a support, it got tested as resistance, it broke above. Naturally, it's gonna, if it's gonna get validated as support, it would be tested here, and we didn't even get that test because it was just, we had so many signals. We had already exhausted all of the sellers who were trying. They got their push down, they got all that, and then when the buyers stepped in, came back and made sure there was no more sellers because they couldn't put in a new low, couldn't confirm a new low. Then we started to just see the seller step aside, buyers come in, and we have our trade. So target would have been here. If you're on the 1 minute, that's a perfectly fine target. You just want to go to your next resistance. If you look at the 5 minute, however, we would have gotten in, let's see, where is this the same day? No, it's not. There we go. I was confused for a quick second. So here, this is your confirmation. We have all the same exact signals. Closes above, breakthrough. We had the pullback. So let's go from here. Let's look at our next resistance right here. So the 392.67. So on the 5 minute, we know we have a good resistance here. We have all of our signals in place. And what do you know? Look at that. You could have ridden it from entry here all the way up to here. That's 54 cents. That's excellent. That's a great trade right there. And if you want to, there's always all different kinds of ways to look at this. I mean, you could have traded it here, entered here, and then pulled out profits, partial profits here. That's 30 cents. That's great as well. I mean, that's a trade. And then leave the other remaining piece up to here. And then this is something I'm just studying, but the way you can look to exit as well is wait until you get reversed against yourself. So if you did enter on this trade, you would wait for a 3CR to the downside to start thinking, all right, I better get out of this trade. And when you look back, starting from this candle, you get no 1, 2, 3s. This would have been 1, 2, 3, but it didn't close below. You have no reason to worry. You got all these candles, 1, 2, didn't close below, and then finally 1, 2, and 3 closed below. This would have been your area to exit. In fact, once you see the RSI flipping and everything too, you probably could have just gone out here. Just a lot of things to think about. I wanted to show you guys. So, one other thing I want to show you too. On the flip side of this, say you had already gone out here after you took your long trade and you're looking to re-enter to the opposite side. You go back here. What I just showed you, 1, 2, 3 close below. You don't take it here. You wait for the pullback, because what you need to do is you need to test and see, is this level valid? Are the sellers stepping aside? Are the buyers stepping aside? And that's what we got. So we have our first breakthrough of RSI turning red. You hit your pullback. We're gonna make sure, okay, are there still buyers here, or is this an area where sellers are gonna start stepping in because they feel it's a good price to sell? And sure enough, we get the pullback, and look what happens. We get a sell, and we get the breakthrough and close above or below this RSI's lows. So you could get in here, get in on the next candle after this closes. You could have very well just scalped this one candle because you would have gone in right after. So let's see, 30 cents, that's perfect. And then again, if you really want to pull partial, wait for a 3CR against you. This is your 1, this is your 2. You never got a 3. Keep going. 1, 2, never got a 3. All the way until here, 1, 2, 3. And then you can start to see the RSI turn basically almost 0, and then it turns green. These are all real simple. So what I'm showing you is basically you could have made out long and short both on Friday using only the 3CR, trend reversals, and RSI. That's all you need. But yeah, really cool stuff. I want you guys to look back at this. Tell me anything else I might have missed throughout the day if there's some other ones. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. See ya.